Clive N Wrench is a throwback platformer that takes inspiration from some of the most classic 3D platformers, like Spyro, Jak and Daxter, and Banjo Kazooie. And like the latter two, this one also stars a duo, a rabbit and a monkey in this case, who must work together as they explore 11 levels based on real-world histories like Egypt or the Wild West. But can this 10-year passion project by Rob Wass live up to the golden era of 3D platformers that he was inspired by? Well, that's what I'm here to answer in our review of Clive N Wrench. In Clive N Wrench, your goal is to use a time-travelling fridge to explore 11 historic levels, collecting ancient tokens and clocks. I enjoyed how diverse the level themes were, with exploring an ancient Chinese temple or a pirate town being the standouts, with both of these being sprawling sandboxes filled with different paths and loads of verticality. The objectives are varied too, with very few of them feeling the same across levels, and the majority of them are easy to find, and usually there's a funny pun or reference tied to the name. The pair have a fairly typical moveset when exploring, consisting of things like a double jump, glide and backflip, and the control is almost what it needs to be. While I could pull off some cool moves at times, I also often struggled with the slow camera. The biggest culprit though was the double jump. Sometimes it would register my single press of jump as 2, and I'd be in the middle of a gap having no double jump, and I'd die or have to make my way back up to the jump. Furthermore, while your main spin attack works fine, the lack of feedback is unsatisfying, and I often found myself taking damage in return as the range between the attack landing on the enemy and you getting hit seems to be annoyingly small. This had the effect of making the boss fights in particular feeling quite sloppy due to the imprecise controls, particularly because the invincibility window after being hit is way too short, resulting in bosses juggling me around. Unfortunately, there's a notable lack of polish all around. Take the first level for example. It's set in a 90s themed house which reminded me of Toy Story 2, but the set dressings just looked off. I get the game is developed by one person, but to me the food and cans stood out in a bad way against everything else on the level. The game is also bogged down by technical issues like a camera that gets stuck behind terrain or models randomly popping in and out as you move the camera around. It's a shame because it detracted from the moments I enjoyed, like how open the levels were, giving off a playground vibe where Clive N Wrench can run, jump and explore open and vertical levels. Despite these issues, the game still managed to charm me at times. Clive and Wrench are cute characters, and I love how Clive swings Wrench around for a glide. Outside of the stiff cutscene animations, the animations are generally pretty slick too. And an absolute highlight has to be the unique themed costumes that the duo wears for each level. So if you want to be a Spartan, warrior, rabbit, then this game is perfect for you. I primarily played the game on PS5, which has 2 display modes, 1440p at 30fps or 1080p at 60fps, which I prefer. It's a shame though that it can't run at 1440p or higher at 60fps on PS5. On the Switch, the game runs at 1080p 30, and it's also stable and perfectly playable, even if it has all the same graphical issues as the PS5 version. There was clearly a lot of love poured into Clive N Wrench. The characters are fun mascots and they control pretty well. While I thought the game didn't look great at times, I have to commend the diversity in levels and the overall fun factor of exploring them. Ultimately, it's a lack of polish that lets Clive N Wrench down though. If the visuals were just a bit better, with better models and a more stylized and cohesive look, then this would have gone a long way for the game. Add to all of this a camera that I battled with throughout my playtime, an attack that left me frustrated, and some bosses that left a lot to be desired, and that's why I'm mixed on Clive N Wrench. There are some decent foundations here to build upon, and I think Clive N Wrench 2 could be awesome. Thanks for watching. We recently reviewed SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake, so if you're looking to pick up a new 3D platformer, then check out that video.